Hello! I've just carried on from the other video. Biology, paper 3. What happened? Fire alarm. Yeah, so the fire alarm went off. I actually managed to stay really calm all through exams. I had a good mindset where it was like, right, the exam's gone, it doesn't matter how it went, just move on to the next exam. And I was just going like that all the time. And then the only time I got upset was in my biology paper 3 because I was getting really stressed because I was going to run out of time on my essay. So I had 8 minutes left and I was scribbling my essay. There was different parts to this essay title, so you have to address all aspects to obviously get the marks. And I was linking my final paragraph back to the only aspect that I hadn't talked about, and then the fire alarm went off. And I just went, I'm in a room on my own, so my invigilator just looked at me and was like, because they always say, don't they, oh, if the fire alarm goes off, I'll tell you what to do. She was in as much as a panic as me. She had absolutely no idea what to do. She was just like, carry on, just carry on. Excuse me. I was like, okay. I'd scribbling, trying to concentrate with this blaring alarm, just trying desperately to scribble. And then she came back a few minutes later and was like, no, we're gonna have to leave. So I had to leave and I wasn't allowed to talk to anyone. So I had to stand by my exam room, but outside obviously, and I was shielded by all these invigilators because you're not allowed to speak to anyone. I was on my extra time though, so everybody else doing exams had finished at that point. That alarm went off and I was walking out of the exam and I burst into tears. I couldn't believe it was happening because obviously you don't expect it to happen. I was just so stressed. It all became so overwhelming all at once. Just burst into tears and all these students were walking past me going to the fire point, just staring at me like, what is she crying for? She's like, excuse me, I'm doing my A-level exam here. So the person that sorts out the actual exams at school came over to me whilst I was stood there and she's like, calm down, just calm down. We're going to put this in, we're going to inform the exam board for special consideration because you have been disadvantaged by this. I calmed down and I pretty much, like as soon as the alarm went off, I was back inside, back doing the exam. They were like, right, restarting, you've got 8 minutes. I would have preferred more time to just sit there and get comfortable, but my invigilator straight away was like, right, we're starting. So I started and obviously I'd lost track of where I was in my essay. It wouldn't have been so bad if I was on another question, but I was on my essay and I did not link it back to that one aspect properly, which then means my whole essay is useless. Because of a stupid fire alarm, I've pretty much lost 25 marks. I know it sounds so dramatic, but honestly, if you were in that situation, you would say exactly the same thing as me. And I came home and I'd been like, oh yeah, got another exam, I need to carry on, focus on that. That's what I'd normally been like, because I had one chemistry left. I came home, I got into bed and I sulked for 3 hours. It's not even because the situation was so terrible, but I know that I just completely messed up my exam. Everything I'd worked so hard for has just been gone because somebody pulled the fire alarm. It actually turned out that someone hadn't pulled the fire alarm, found out the next day. Someone had decided to smoke and had triggered the fire alarm. So at least it wasn't deliberate, I think, but they were still stupid. Obviously, now you know if the fire alarm goes off in your exam, that's what's going to happen. You will very likely get special consideration. You'll have to go outside, you won't be allowed to talk to anyone, you'll be surrounded by examiners. Some people think of it as an advantage because you get that time to stand out of the exam room and think about all of the answers. So you get more time to think and then you can go back in and rectify everything. Could I do that? No, because you can't, in the state of panic that you're in, you absolutely cannot remember any question that was on the exam at all. So you are at a major disadvantage. Yeah, you should get special consideration for that, depending on what time the alarm goes off. I wouldn't mind if it was like the examiners were told, mark this more generously because there was special consideration and things that happened and stuff like that. So then they marked it more generously and stuff like that, because then I wouldn't be bothered about my essay. But from what I heard from experience is that they actually, special consideration means they take the grade, like they take the number of marks you got on the paper, so they mark it as normal, and then you get like 5% more. That would be at a maximum, so it'd probably only be like 2% more that I'd actually get, which is not even 1 mark. So it's pretty much nothing. But that is the way the cookie crumbles. And that's just what happens in life. You've got to get yourself up, dust yourself off and move on. thanks for listening to my story time. And I really hope it doesn't happen to you.